Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In this video, we're going to continue on with our 100 Years War project, and I wanted to show off a few things that I've been working on. Okay, so I've got I've got 2 boxes complete. I have the Foot Knights from Agincourt assembled and put on their popsicle sticks, and I have the English Army from Agincourt assembled and put on their popsicle sticks. So those are complete. Now I'm currently working on the French infantry from Agincourt, and I'm most of the way done. You can see that I've got most of the crossbows and spears. I still need to do some heads, but that's not what I'm really getting at. These models are assembling pretty easily. I've been basically assembling 1 box per day. I haven't started painting them. I'm not going to start that until I figure out what the forces are going to be and what units I'm going to have, things like that. Yeah, right now I'm still working on maybe how I'm going to do the bases. All right, so I do want to say, though, I'm using this rapid fuse, and the models are going together awesome. They're holding together great. And this dries in like 15 seconds. So this, if it's by DAP, it's rapid fuse. I plan to get more of this. When I run out of this, I'm going to go buy another one or maybe 2 of these, because I think this is the best glue for assembling models that I've ever used. Now I'm going to be using this on some tanks coming up pretty soon, just to see how that goes together. All right. I haven't tried this on any terrain yet, and I don't know if I will. If I make any terrain, I'm probably still going to use PVA. All right. I do want to also say that I started, you can see right there on these figures, not him, not the barbarian, but these knights right here have Army Painter Battlefield Grass Green on top of the gravel that I put on there. And I'll get that a little closer, you can see, but this is the kind of flock I like. It is kind of a sawdusty style. It doesn't stick to your hands when you sprinkle it. It covers nice basically, and it holds up to scrutiny. Like if you get real close, it still looks good. I was using static grass for a while, but static grass has a tendency to get all over the place. Your fan or your air conditioner will blow the static grass all over the place. It sticks to your hands. I don't like, and it doesn't really, honestly, it doesn't really look good on the figure, in my opinion. So I've started using, and now this Army Painter one, I really like it. You get quite a bit in a tub, and you get a tub. And yeah, I give this 2 thumbs up. I think this is good. All right. So far, that and that I'm totally digging. Okay, now these right here are magnets. I've magnetized these bases. So one of these bases, and I don't know if you can identify which one it is, but one of these bases is a 3mm base, and the others are 0.8mm thick with a foam bottom, right? So, and then on top of the Litco base, I put the Litco magnet on top. So, and I do believe it's this guy right here. This is the 3mm wood, right? And I just put a magnet on, boom, done. The magnets are so thin that I thought the magnets would be thicker. So what I did was I ordered a bunch of thin wood, and I put them on there, and then I realized that was super thin. It was too thin. So I added this foam. You can see it's flexible, but it comes as a foam sheet that comes in like an 8.5 by 11 with a peel off back, and I put that on all of these. All right, these are 2 straight magnets, no paint, no anything. right? Nothing's on these magnets. These 4 magnets all have paint on them. This has what's called Army Green. It's a Rust-Oleum camouflage. This one has also a Rust-Oleum camouflage. This is called Deep Forest Green, OD Green. And then this is the Rust-Oleum Flat Protective Enamel. It's brown. And this is actually Krylon. This is the Krylon Flat, just clear flat. Okay, so this has been clear flat, and this hasn't. Okay. This is not this extra effort. No need to do a clear flat. Okay, because the base magnet looks exactly like if I did a clear flat. Okay, now the reason why I'm trying different colors is because I'm putting my models on 20 millimeter round bases. And so when I put those bases on the magnet, the black magnet underneath will shine through. Okay, so let's take a couple of these guys. Put him right there. Put him right next to him. Doesn't have to be perfect, you know. Put him next to him. And then put him in there as well. Okay, so I've got all 4 of these models on my 20 millimeter magnet, right? And they're on there. They're not on there so tight that I can't just grab a dude and he just comes right off with no effort. I mean, it comes off super easy when you just apply a little pressure. It just comes off and goes on. Okay, so now when I'm doing the maneuvering, how does that look? Okay, let's not consider any of these other ones. How does that look on the table? Do I think that I would be okay with that? Actually, I think I would be okay with that. But I want to try other colors, and this is my first experiment with this. You're enjoying it with me, to see if any of these other bases, like let's go with a light green, right? I tried to match this green, but I failed. And I'm not really concerned about the facing of the guys, because all I'm really concerned about is how does that base really stick out? That's pretty good. I'm okay with that base being that color. Huh? What do you think? If I could get a green that matched the flock, I think that would be even better. Okay, so that might be something I go pursue tomorrow when I go. Okay, so that one was probably a little better than the black, honestly. Okay, so now I'm going to make a big jump. We're going to do brown. Now, I did brown because of the brown as part of the dirt in the gravel, right? Okay, the brown looks good too, actually. So I'm okay with moving that around the table. Okay, but the magnet doesn't, it seems like the paint's not interfering with the magnetism. It's not enough, it's not thick enough to keep the metal away from the magnet far enough where it's not affecting it. Okay, so brown is okay. Actually, I like these 2 colors. Let's see if I can... I think the brown actually looks better. Okay, and then we're going to try this really dark green. Yeah, right now I'm thinking the brown is best. And these are 40 millimeter bases. And the figures are on 20 millimeter washers. Technically, actually, they're 3/4 inch washers. Okay, the dark green doesn't look much different than black, honestly. To me, these two are so close together, it's almost not worth bothering. I don't think the dark green is good. I think if I find a green that's more that color, it might be best. It might actually be the best. I might have to try one more experiment. But as we speak right now, I think the brown is best. And if I wanted to, I could just do something like that and just say it's a base. You know, if I wanted to cut corners, you know, you could do that. Especially like my crossbowmen. I was thinking about that because you only get 12 crossbowmen in this, and I need 4 bases to make a unit, right? So I'll put 3 on a base. But then I was thinking I could just throw in a spearman or a guy with an axe or something like that to flesh out the base. Yeah, I think the brown, right? As of right now, I think the brown is the best. I think I might be going with this. Because that will actually contrast, the base will contrast with the table, because the table will almost always be green. And then that'll give you a feel of where the unit is, because the unit is on a base. But also, I don't know, you might not want to do that. I don't know how. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'm going to go maybe get a brighter green, not one this bright. This just seems to be too bright, too light. I need a green that's not something in between those two, or maybe more actual green. That's what I'm going to work on. Okay, so now this guy is a barbarian, obviously for Hail Caesar, my Gauls. He's plastic, but he has like this metal shield, and I used to have him on a penny, and when you put him on the table, he would just go boop. He would just fall over all the time. So I went ahead and added a washer to the bottom of him. It'll do 2 things. It will keep him a little bit more steady so he doesn't fall over all the time, but it'll also allow me to, if I wanted, I can magnetize him, right? He could be part of, but now is that going to fall off? Nope. Okay, so if I ever wanted to have my units form up, I might start doing this for all my armies, mainly because I can use the same bases for every army. And then if I ever wanted to play a skirmish game, I don't know, like Rebels and Patriots or something like that, or maybe Sharp's Practice or any of those other man-to-man games, I could pull it off, get out there, and I could play it, right? And like Warlords of Erewhon or any man-to-man, what is it, Saga, any of those games, I could pull my guys off, I could play with them, or if I need to rank and file them, I could put them on their magnetized bases. So I think that's the direction I'm going to go in the future for pretty much everything. Even my Napoleonics, my American War of Independence, my medievals, yeah, World War II. Yeah, my World War II guys are already bolt action, and they're a full inch around. And I think I'm going to start putting those on 1-inch washers instead of those plastic bases that they give you. All right, so I just wanted to keep you up to date on what's going on with the Agincourt 100 Years War project. And right now I'm just in the middle of assembling and then trying to figure out what the units are. All right, guys. Catch you next time.